Batman. What? Great Scott. We'll be right there. What is it, Batman? It appears the Joker's alive. To the podcast, Robin. We haven't a moment to lose. Greetings, citizens, and welcome to another edition of Chat of Champions. I am Casey Strawn, and I am here to bring you tale number 2 of 20, straight from DC's The Greatest Joker Stories Ever Told. This is gonna be good. I'm pretty excited about this because I have all the proper sound effects for this bitch. Unlike episode number 6, where I performed the first story, which there were no sound effects. I even said bang at one point for a gun, which I'm still kind of embarrassed about. But, nevertheless, I'm here to redeem myself with the second story with actual sound effects. And I am returning my Adam West impression as Batman. And I will also be performing the rest of the roles as well. I will be performing the Joker, Robin, the Boy Wonder, and some random villains too, eh? See? Forget about it. Anyway, without further ado, story number 2, entitled The Case of the Joker's Crime Circus. Written by Bill Finger, illustrated by none other than Bob Kane, assisted by Jerry Robinson, and with colorist Adrian Roy. And this story was originally published in Batman number 4, winter of 1941. So, though dated, still one of the building blocks for the DC universe we know and love today. So, without further ado, man, let's step into Gotham, shall we? Just as the Batman earned his name from his garb, so did another figure gain his. A figure suggesting a ghastly, deliberate mockery, like death taunting life. You must already know who this grim jester is. It is that killer clown. That merciful menace known as the Joker. And fate, unpredictable fate, would soon put the Batman and his young aide Robin, the Boy Wonder, on a chance trail that would cross that of the Joker, and start the strange melody of events that make for the story called The Case of the Joker's Crime Circus. When last Batman had confronted the Joker, his iron fist had sent the Joker staggering to a ship's railing. Ah! The Joker plummeted down and hit the waters to remain below. Ah! I wonder if this is really the end of the Joker at last. As the lights of the ship twinkle like fireflies in the distance, a figure rises to the surface of the water. It is the Joker. Hours later, a yacht makes out his bobbing form. Man ahead, sir. Looks like he's clinging to a bit of driftwood. Give the necessary order to pick him up. The Joker is taken ashore. Queer sort of deck, wasn't he, sir? Yes. And that blank white face of his. Ugh! Gave me the creeps. Well, at least we saved a man's life. Perhaps he would not have made that statement with such thankfulness if he had known who that man was. Unobserved, he steals to the edge of town to a seemingly deserted, gloomy old mansion dubbed by the people as haunted. But the strange-looking mansion is not really haunted and deserted. In reality, it is the hidden sanctum of the Joker. And we see this evil, dastardly clown standing by his fireplace. Then the Joker laughs, a wild, jeering laugh that makes the very silence of the room crawl with menace. I'm alive! I'm alive! The cleverest and most dangerous criminal in the annals of crime is still at liberty. The Batman thinks I'm dead. He'll know differently when we meet again, and we shall meet again. The time was close when new factors would bring about an actual duel between the Batman and the Joker. 2 months pass. As night makes her entrance, wearing her garments of blackness, 2 figures dart through the dark of her chateau. And of course, these 2 figures are the dynamic duo themselves. Suddenly they see... Look, Robin!
3 masked men! Thieves!
And they're leaping over a wall with briefcases, assuming they've just committed a heist of some sort. These men bend their knees as soon as they hit the ground and roll over. They rolled over to absorb the shock of hitting the ground,
just like professional acrobats would do it.
The 2 crime fighters strike. Perhaps you're not aware of it, but there's a law against stealing. As they battle, they do not notice the huge hulking form that comes from the car parked nearby. A hand reaches out to slap Robin and send him spinning. Ha! Just a boy! Again, he reaches out to clamp steel hands upon the Batman. I fix you! What? Oh! He lifts the Batman high into the air and hurls him against a concrete wall. I break you to pieces! Oh! Oh!
Yeah, some other time. Come on!
I crush him to little bits! Let's get away from here! The strange bandits make their getaway. A few moments after, however...
Are you all right?
I think so. No bones broken at any rate. But I'll bet I made a dent in that wall.
My face aches all over where that guy smacked me. Was he strong?
Anytime that guy wants a job as a strong man at a circus, he could call me to vouch for him. A week later, another rich home is robbed. And we see here the front page of the Gotham City Gazette. The headline reads, Van Platt home robbed, 5th rich home looted in latest robbery epidemic. In his home, Bruce Wayne, wealthy scion of society, scans the news with unusual interest. The 5th robbery. Behind this apparently purposeless life of playboy and idler lurks another stranger. For one, Bruce Wayne is the Batman.
Letter for you, Bruce.
The letter reads, You are cordially invited to attend a ball to be given this Saturday at 8 o'clock. Signed, Mr. and Mrs. C.R. Darcy. Though Bruce is skeptical, accordingly that Saturday night... Oh, Bruce! Glad you could come. Wild horses couldn't keep me away, Darcy. Bruce seems to go out of his way to prove He is the #1 candidate for the Idle Rich Bored with Life Club. There's Bruce Wayne, yawning as usual. Just look at him. He has no more brains in his head than the head of his walking stick has. Suddenly there is a roll on the drums and Darcy addresses his guests. Friends, now I have a treat in store for you. The ballroom will be cleared and you will be given seats so that you may watch a circus. A miniature circus show is put on in the ballroom and acrobats perform. Ajax, the strongest man in the world! A strong man bends iron bars and lifts tremendous weights. Complete with an acrobat, strongman, trapeze artist, and of course a clown, the circus is a howling success. Odd how that clown reminds me of someone, Bruce Wayne says as he's standing in the corner scratching his chin. That night, when their engagement ends, the circus troupe toils up to the lonely road that leads to the old haunted house. Inside, the performers rid themselves of makeup, especially the clown. Every time I do this, it reminds me of that little song that goes, "At night I lay my mask on the shelf and see myself as I really am. Be a punchinello clown, laugh, laugh!" Under the humorous makeup is the real clown, the killer clown, the Joker. And exactly 3 days later...
Bruce! The Darcys! The people whose party you went to? They've been robbed!
What? That makes the 6th rich family robbed this month. Bruce Wayne investigates and at the end of his day announces his findings to end suspicions to Dick.
You mean to say that you found out that every rich home that has been robbed has had this circus play an engagement at their house?
Yes. And remember, when we had that run-in the other night, the crooks hopped around like professional acrobats. And one was strong like the strongman of a circus. Now what's to prevent that crooked circus from playing a rich home and casing it for a future robbery? Logical, isn't it?
Gosh! The society column says the Morgenblitz party tonight will feature the miniature circus that is the current rage of society.
We can't tell when they'll strike, so we've got to prevent a future crime. Dick, we're stepping out tonight. That night, in the haunted house, the lair of the Joker. Tonight we play the Morgenblitz home. Look the place over and find out where they have their safe hidden. Work fast! This is Tino. He has just joined up with us. He'll be our surprise guest tonight. Now let's go. So was the stage set, with the Batman and Robin and the Joker to be the principal players. That evening, at the Morgenblitz home, the Joker's crime circus holds the center of interest. The Harlequin of Hate steps forward. And now we have a surprise for you! We present... Rat-a-ta! Fanfare, please! And as if on cue, the dynamic duo leap into the room. Look! The Batman! And Robin, the Boy Wonder! Look, they're putting on an act! Making believe he is afraid, the Boy Wonder races away, followed by the acrobats. And we see Robin grab a pole a pole standing in the middle of the room as he's passing by it, and he uses it to swing around, and he uses his feet as weapons. Swing, chums! Oh! Might work again. Again, he simulates fear, races up a ladder, and is followed by the trapeze artists. With a quick hop, the Boy Wonder slides through the large rungs, grasps the ankles of the nearest pursuers, and elevator going down. He yanks that trapeze artist down into his colleagues and sends every one of them tumbling down to the bottom of the ladder. What a clever boy. Meanwhile, the Batman has been singled out for combat by Ajax the Strongman. You again! I'll make sure I kill you this time! Come ahead, big boy! The foot is quicker than the eye! I'll move! This is my spot to swing low! As the strongman rises to his feet, the Batman leaps swiftly to a low-hanging trapeze and reacts unexpectedly with a double foot planted to Ajax's jaw. Oh! Meanwhile, the audience is still unaware that what they think is an act is a grim reality. If I didn't know this was all rehearsed, I'd say those fellows really mean it. Why don't you fight with your fists instead of your feet? All right, I will, but remember, you asked for it. With a sweeping move that seems incredibly swift, the Batman wheels across the room. His fist shoots out to crack the strong man squarely on the jaw. You may have steel muscles, but I'm afraid you have a glass jaw. Ah! Moving with lithe, easy grace before the heavy-footed strongman, the Batman sends his arms whirling like blades of a windmill. As the bewildered Ajax stands dazed before him, the Batman again leaps forward and with muscles bulging from the strain, lifts the hulking strongman above his head. Once you did this to me, I'm just returning the favor. With a sudden quick heave of his arms, the Batman slams the giant body to the ground. Once again, the Dark Knight is given proof of the old adage, brute strength cannot avail against a quick mind and a quick body. The Joker chooses that moment to effect his escape.
Look, that clown! He's getting away!
The clown! Now I know why he reminded me of someone. He's the Joker, alive! The audience learns the truth. And if the police will question these men, you'll find this entire circus is responsible for these robberies. Come on, Robin. Did you hear that? No wonder that fight looks so real. Keeping the Joker's car in sight, Batman and Robin follow him to his lair. So, this is his hideout.
Say, this is the haunted house.
As the Batman and Robin dash up the winding path, a face peers out at them. The Joker. So, they're coming in, are they? I'll fix them. I'll scare them just as I scared the villagers when they pry into this house. As the Batman and Robin enter the mysterious house, the massive door suddenly swings shut behind them. The door locked itself. The two mount the creaky old stairs. What other choice do they have at this point?
Pleasant little place, isn't it?
Yes. It makes a lovely breeding ground for ghosts. And there, waiting for them atop the stairs, is an awesome sight. It is pretty sweet looking too. It's like this big red... Actually, it's the Grim Reaper dressed in red. Pretty much. Intruders! Get out! Get out of my house, else I vent my wrath upon you! The Batman attacks the ghosts. Oh! Never tackled a ghost before, but there's always a first time for everything. The ghost is unmasked. My, what a healthy-looking ghost you are! Flesh and everything! Absorbed in the unmasking, the Batman and Robin do not see the wall panels slide open, and awaiting inside is the Joker. And in particular Scooby-Doo fashion, I say that because if you remember the opening of the old Scooby-Doo cartoon, I believe it's Fred. The wall opens behind, and he's sitting in a chair, and the hand reaches out and drags him into the wall. The panel looks exactly like that. It's probably where they got the idea for that scene, except it's the Joker dragging Robin into the wall. It's pretty awesome. And when the Batman finally does turn around, our ghost friend is none other than Robin, gone! And he was just standing here a moment ago. The ghost! He must know where he is! Uh-oh. He's getting away. Racing after him, the Batman darts into a room in which the ghost has entered, to find the ghost is gone. Gone! Now, this door has shut on me. I'll soon fix that. The Batman slams his powerful frame at the door again and again, but it does not even budge. This door, it must be steel painted to look like wood. It won't give an inch. Suddenly, the lights go out, and a small luminous face glows in the darkness. A whispered laugh filters through the room. Now what? The head, hanging disembodied in the darkness, grows larger. The sneering laugh grows louder. Larger and larger swells the eerie, misty face until it seems to fill the very room. The mad laughter grows louder and louder. It thunders and pounds at the Batman's eardrums. With a startling suddenness, the Batman whirls and leaps at the wall behind him. Ah! He tears down an object fastened to the wall. I thought so. A motion picture projector that's through the image of the Joker's face on the wall. And there must be a microphone hidden about to send out that laugh. Then a voice, a sinister, mocking voice of the Joker. Quite right, Batman. Now listen, Batman, listen. For the hiss of gas, it marks your end. Gas! I've got to get out of here. The Batman takes 2 particular vials from his utility belt. Placing the contents of one vial into the other, he throws the pellet at the wall. There is a shattering blast. The Batman darts through the rent of the wall to see the Joker and Robin. Just in time, hey Joker! Batman! Crime Smasher and arch criminal meet in combat. I'll make sure you die this time! Fighting with maniacal fury, the Joker unleashes a blow that stuns even the mighty Batman. Oh! As the Joker leaps forward, the Batman thrusts his feet in a lightning move. The Joker is sent sailing over the Batman's head and drops into a trapdoor. Down and down goes the Joker to plunge it deep into the sewer waters running beneath the mansion. Looks like the Joker won't get out of this so easily. Perhaps. But he always seems to have a way of cheating death. Well, it's all over anyway. Let's go home. Is the Joker alive? If the path of Batman and the Joker cross again, well, that will be another story. And I hope you've enjoyed tale number 2 from the greatest Joker stories ever told. I know I enjoyed performing it, and I promise that I will re-record the first one and also add the proper sound effects. So look forward to that, and look forward to story number 3, which will be entitled The Joker and the Sparrow. But that's not all I want to hit you up with. I'm always looking for new adventures to put the Dark Knight in, or any other superhero for that matter. I'm open to try to perfect new impressions, so if you want to hear a story about your favorite superhero battling some other villain or even some other superhero that he may never encounter, tweet me your ideas, man. I will write some stories down and write them all out, and I'll even credit everybody with their ideas. So, like, I'll print the title of the story, and then I'll be like, inspired by, and then I'll put your name down, and then I will perform them right here on Chat of Champions. So pretty much you could be Commissioner Gordon. You could send Batman on a mission. You could be like, I want Batman to go beat the crap out of fucking, I don't know, whoever you want, man. Be creative. So send me your ideas, tweet me your ideas. I'll use them in some fucking stories, man. I'll write them all down, write them out. It'll be fun. So I think that's about it for me for this edition of Chat of Champions. I appreciate you listening along. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I had fun presenting it to you, and thank you to everybody who keeps who podcasts out there and keeps podcasts alive. So thank you, everybody, and follow me on Twitter at CaseyStrong4. Go listen to all the previous episodes of Chat of Champions at youtube.com/Casey's Chat of Champions 2. That's KCS Chat of Champions number 2. All my previous nonsense there. So I think that about wraps it up for me. As always, with a great podcast comes great responsibility. Have a good one, folks.